So many people making claims, but are they real? Are there aliens, or is it nothing? Wow. I want you to go to your windows and say, I'm mad as hell. I can't do a British accent. Hashtag first Dune, best Dune. Yeah, that's the one that's gonna sell. David Lynch has passed. Anyone familiar with my channel will say to themselves, now this is corpse fucking to a highest extent, because we all know that C.W. Chanter doesn't like the films of David Lynch. That's not true. I do like the films of David Lynch. I just like them in a certain context, and I do not believe that he was. I think he was an amazing filmmaker. I just I just think that that the love that people have for him is is placed in different Philip Blair. That people confuse why they like David Lynch, and oftentimes people refer to him as a sort of genius, where I think it's just that he made works that were viscerally entertaining and engaging for the visual mystery and the implied mystery of things not resolved. And the question is, behind those unresolved mysteries, is there great gnosis waiting to be discovered? Or is it just a come on? It is what it is. Tim Houston throws out, you just like talking about them a whole lot more. Who knows? But on the passing of anybody, we note the passing. And on the 20, my obsession with nostalgia loops, David Lynch was ubiquitous in my personal history. Growing up as a thrash metal fan, the band Anthrax, Scott Ian of Anthrax, the main lyricist of um, that band, was responsible for educating a generation of metalheads in various aspects of geek culture. He was responsible for letting us know that we needed to know about Judge Dredd and underground British comics. And he wrote lyrics about Blue Velvet and the films of David Lynch, and as well as writing, telling us we need to read The Stand by Stephen King, um, as well as telling us horrible, horrible history lessons about World War II. I mean, the right side of history, but just, you know, Bucky. So sad, but his son is making good films. Hey, nepotism. It is what it is. Nepotism like a tuned guitar. Anyway, so David Lynch passes. I don't have much time. I have moments and minutes to just note these things with you. I'll come out to Washington State. Philip Blair invites me out to Washington State. You'll have to come out to Washington State. You, Jonas I, Prague Magic. We could tour the sites of Twin Peaks. Wherever falls, it's pretty spectacular. Listen, I'll accept that invitation. We'll throw a con. We'll con the people at the con. So the history of me and David Lynch. I remember we had to see Eraserhead. Come on, you have to get your indie, hanging out with, as a wannabe musician, hanging out with wannabe actors in high school. We had to get our bona fides, and we had to see all the important independent underground films in the cult classic section of the VHS rental store. And Eraserhead was there, and oh, I was disturbed. And folks, I don't know if you know this about me. Growing up, I had this pulverizing fear of the disfigured, the deformed, the disabled. I think I'd be lying down on the couch all day to go into it. I think we've spoken about before, but the Elephant Man, that movie was had a profound impact on me, and I can't watch. I have to watch. I can't watch. It's my greatest fear. It's my worst fear. I can't watch. I have to watch. Oh, that kept me up. No horror movie. The most horror movie that I remember as a child was The Elephant Man. And going over and looking at the Wikipedia article, I had no idea, but I realized now that Eraserhead, The Elephant Man, and Dune were David Lynch's first, second, and third movies, not counting little independent, short films that he did. Philip, we're not going to go into that. It's just I have moments, minutes with you folks, moments, minutes, not nothing to do this, but I will tell stories about try and hit the highlights. We're going bullet points here. Um, so the Elephant Man was a profound influence, but scary, scary. But Dune, I'll never forget. I gotta tell you guys the story. When I saw Dune in the theater, thinking that it was going to be like Star Wars, it was me, my father, and my innocent, lovely. It's so interesting to have this red-haired wonder with us, the Baron Harkonnen with us. Um, uh, she wanted to know. She was willing to go to the movies. She was good, loving Bubby grandma was saying, "We'll go to the movie you want to see, but please pick something not too difficult for Bubby to see, not too difficult for me to understand. Would you?" I said, "Okay. Can we go see Dune? What's Dune? It's like gonna be like Star Wars. What's Star Wars? It's like it's gonna be like Lancelot. It's gonna be like knights and soldiers, but in space. Oh God." And we go to the movie theater, right? And if you guys remember seeing Dune in the movie theater back in 1984, when we go to the movie theater, they hand us a piece of paper. They hand me, my father, and my bubby pieces of paper, like a placemat, and it's got all the planets and the names of the royal houses of the planets, and they go, and she goes, "What's this for?" And you go, the little girl, like at the ticket booth, says, "Well, the movie's a little complicated, so this piece of paper is to explain to you who the different people are in the movie." And my mommy goes, "You need a piece of paper to understand who the characters in the movie are?" And she goes to me, "But if this is the movie you want to see, this is the movie we see." And then I remember we went to Toys R Us afterwards. And we saw the figures and stuff. And with Sting and his figure had the cat. Why? I don't know. Anyway, that was that movie. And then later on, I remember I had a girlfriend who we rented a VHS of Blue Velvet, her favorite movie, and we saw it. And I was like, okay. And Frank and the I'm slutty. I'm slutty that whole nine, being like, I at that point I was already like, I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? It's weird. There's the ear, and it's the juxtaposition, and I really, it's the this, then the other. I don't know, my puppy. Philip, I love you. You can keep on asking questions. I'm not gonna be able to answer them because we're full steam ahead. And then by that point, it was what it was with me with David Lynch. I saw Firewalk with Me with the same girlfriend on VHS. She had been a huge fan of Twin Peaks. I knew what Twin Peaks was, but I hadn't watched it because I wasn't a big TV guy. Honestly, be there at a certain time to watch a certain. Don't worry, Philip. It's not your fault. It's the fact that I'm working against the time clock here. Honestly, that's it. If I had time to answer the questions, I'd answer the questions. And then by that point, it's David Lynch's established guy. I saw Wild at Heart with Nicolas Cage going crazy. I remember the big thing for me then was there was a band in it called Power Mad, a thrash metal band that David Lynch was very taken with, who went nowhere. They released like one or two records on Combat, I think, or Roadrunner or whatever. And that was that for them. I think he directed their video. That was it. That's why I went to see that movie in the theater, I believe. Um, Barely understood it, but understood that it was this thing. It's like these are films by an avant-garde filmmaker, and that's why it makes this sort of sense. And then there's going to be someone doing something violent. Builder Lee 72 in the live chat. And look, and by that point, I think I had established what I thought of David Lynch and probably what I thought of David Lynch fans. I had seen the genre pick Dune. I had had my profound experiences with, I saw Eraserhead much later in time, I think, and I'd seen, the Elephant Man was the Elephant Man. It took me, I think it was much later that I realized that it was directed by, David Lynch anyway. But, then we go on. And at that point, then we have Mulholland Drive and, Lost Highway. I remember seeing Lost Highway, huge, Patricia Arquette fan, and she was gorgeous. And the strange guy calling on the phone and, being like, okay, here we go, and it's a David Lynch movie. And I have no objection to David Lynch movies. And I see people who are like, I understand that there are people at film school who, are professors of David Lynch and, will talk for hours and hours on time about David Lynch movies and whether there's something there that I just haven't looked into, or just if I read more about it, or if I understood the symbolism, or understood what the fish meant, or saw something, maybe I would understand it more. I have no objection to it. It just is what it is. And if Mulholland Drive is Twin Peaks is greater than any Transit video. Mario Heat, I'm going to tell you something. Mario Heat, you are on the bubble. I'm going to tell you something. You are on the bubble. I'm about ready to get rid of the fuck of you. I am honestly sick and tired of you. You are getting ready to get rid of. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of you. You are on the bubble. I've gotten rid of Brandon. I got rid of Bucky's still here. I have no idea. Bucky says I was on the bubble before lol. You know what? I might just go look in the name of David Lynch. I might just make it a trifecta. David Lynch died today. Bucky might go, and it might be Mario Heat too. Honestly, I might make you guys come back with snowball accounts. Honestly, you guys are fucking dickheads. But you know what? It's okay because I'm CW Chanter, you're fucking Bucky, and you're Mario Heat. We are your whales. Yeah, unfortunately, my whales are just full of fucking bullshit blubber. You know what I mean? I think you guys critically misunderstand the definition of whales. Minus the money. Exactly. Yo, with whales like you, I need some strawberries around here, man. You guys are the worst. You know what? David Lynch dies, and all I got here now, man, is these fucking bullshit whales, and it's okay, yeah. David Lynch died, and all I got here now is these fucking bullshit whales, yeah. Mexican Canadian Buckies ain't worth a damn, yeah, yeah. David Lynch film, my dreams up in heaven now, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got dents on my fenders, but that don't matter to me, no, yeah. Cause I got to go anytime, you know, yeah, yeah. David Lynch, R.I.P., and I thank you for the views, yeah, yeah. No sweat off my sack, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we're all going to be Americans sometime soon. Welcome to the 51st State of the Union or whatever, dude. It is what it is, bros. It is what it is, brohemos. It is what it is. And on that note, not on that note, on that note. But here's the thing about being my dents. Do I deserve dents? Right? The dents is a reference to the detractors of one DSP. Think about who DSP is and what DSP did to deserve those dents, and take personal stock of yourselves and ask yourselves thus and this. Why y'all busting my balls? You know what I mean? But it is what it is, homies. It is what it is. We reframe, we keep rocking, and we keep rocking and rolling. The Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, was it too deep in the lolcow world? Hey, man. And karma be what it karma be. Lord knows. I've given shit to enough people who aren't me, right? Be careful the questions I ask, because the answers might just come back to haunt me. It is what it is, babies. Hey, you see these hands? They pulled for cards, not for the banhammer. It is what it is, kids. No banhammer's fault tonight. No banhammer's fault today. I love you, I love you, I love you. If nobody told you they loved you today, somebody just did, and that's somebody's CW chanter. Peace. R.I.P. David Lynch. And I gotta be completely honest. Any David Lynch movie, is it better than a CW chanter video? Probably. You know, what with the actors, actresses, professional set design, soundtrack, and what with it being a David Lynch movie? Yeah, I'll give it to them. I'll go ahead and back that analysis. So until next time, folks, remember, you're watching me. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. So many people making claims, but are they real? Are there aliens, or is it nothing? Why?